but they saw what was going on with Angel Reese and how committed, for lack of a better word, Teresa Weatherspoon was to Angel Reese and this ridiculous foe. We also have talked, even on this channel, about Angel's very dramatic response to that. And unfortunately, it seems like, according to some new reports, that relationship cost her her job.
Angel. Reese might be banned from the WNBA for life. You read correctly. The league is thinking about dismissing one of its most promising young players. However, players have differing opinions on this matter. Some believe Reese should be given another chance. Some want her gone forever. But we're going to dissect both sides of this absurd scenario because it's like the NBA's version of the Civil War. You'll be shocked by what some players are saying about Reese behind closed doors. Angel, in just 2 seconds, Reese went from being a college basketball royalty to a WNBA troublemaker.
That she was sacrificing Camila Cardoso for the streak. That she had lost the dressing room because of her insisting on running through Angel Reese when she was their least efficient offensive player. So a lot of people rumored throughout the season that Teresa Weatherspoon was sacrificing wins to get Angel Reese her double-double streak. And I called BS on all that. And a recent report says that might be true.
It seems as though she unintentionally pressed the drama button while she was dominating her career at LSU. Fans were going crazy as she broke records one after another and led her team to a national championship. Everything was sunshine and rainbows until she suddenly entered the WNBA, and it was like watching a totally different player with a shooting percentage so low you'd think the rim had a personal grudge against her.
The national title, first thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Couple of words. I would have been fine with it. She's embraced the villain. She understands social media. She's done quite well. But her attention, her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark.
We are discussing bricks. Fans were wondering what had happened to the unstoppable force they saw in college, since she seemed to have forgotten how to play basketball overnight. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark was breaking rookie records and making highlight reels for every game while Reese was having trouble even making layups. It seemed like they were switching talents or something, and Clark's success only made Reese's struggles seem worse. Reese begins to accrue technical fouls as if they were becoming obsolete, and she gets into arguments with referees and fights with other players. It seems as though she is attempting to break some sort of record for the most techs in a season, and then all of a sudden she is thrown from a game. Fans begin to wonder if Angel Reese is overly excited, and if her college success has deceived them. Some are questioning whether she's simply not suited for the professional game.
Some serious dysfunction because, let's be for real, every team wants to believe in the coach, etc. But teammates and your team has eyes. They can see what we can see. They may not get in front of the microphone and say it. It's going to cause some serious dysfunction because, let's be for real, every team wants to believe in the coach, etc. But teammates and your team has eyes. They can see what we can see. They may not get in front of the microphone and say it. She's with the Chicago Sun-Times, and she recently reported that Weatherspoon was tailoring the Sky's game around one or two players led to some serious dysfunction inside the...
Hot takes are all over social media, with some people supporting her and claiming she only needs some time to get used to it, while others are immediately labeling her a bust and stating it's a mess. How is Angel? You would think that Reese would be keeping quiet and trying to concentrate on her game in response to all of this commotion, but instead she is clapping back at critics on social media and engaging in Twitter feuds by tweeting cryptic messages. She seems to be attempting to demonstrate that she can create just as much drama off the court as she does on it. But here's the real deal. Rumors of something far more serious than missed shots begin to circulate just as everyone is wondering if she is washed up. We're talking about things that could ruin her career before it actually starts, not terrible games anymore. It's like moving from 0 to 100 very quickly and negatively, just when you thought things couldn't get any worse for Reese. The WNBA drops a bombshell that makes her shooting slump seem like child's play. We're talking about failed drug tests, dubious medical records, and a coach who may be more villain than mentor. This steroid scandal is going to completely upend the league. It all began with whispers. As you know, everyone in the WNBA is constantly talking about it. At first, there were only rumors that Reese was using performance-enhancing drugs, and people were like, no way, Angel. However, in Pro Sports Secrets, things come out, and before you know it, a full-blown investigation was underway. She was all me and never took steroids at first, but as the investigation progressed, things began to look really bad for our girl. Missed shots and failed drug tests began to pile up, and then there were these dubious medical records that made everyone raise an eyebrow. It was like watching a train wreck in slow motion. You knew it was going to be bad, but you couldn't take your eyes off it. This is where it gets crazy. It's unbelievable that some WNBA players are standing up for Reese. With all the evidence mounting, you would think that everyone would be prepared to condemn her, but instead, some of her teammates are arguing that she deserves another shot. Hold on to your seats because the story doesn't end there. The investigation continued, and what they discovered next is something straight out of a sports movie. It's causing this insane division in the league, with players taking sides and fighting in the locker room. It's like the NBA's own civil war. It turns out that Reese is supposedly receiving steroids from her instructor Teresa Weatherspoon in addition to simply using them. Yes, you heard correctly. The WNBA didn't waste any time in enacting a lifelong ban for Reese, a WNBA Legend Hall of Famer, who is accused of pushing performance-enhancing drugs on her players. It's like discovering that your favorite superhero is actually the bad guy. At just 22, her career is over before it really started, and it's not like the typical 20-game suspension you might receive for this kind of thing. Instead, they went all out. 1 minute she's a college superstar with the world at her feet, and the next she's banned for life.
Talk about a fall from grace.
This entire situation is rocking the NBA to its foundations. Coaches are allegedly pushing steroids, players are taking sides, and there is complete chaos. The league's been fighting so hard for respect and visibility, and now they've got this scandal blowing up in their faces. It's like they were finally making progress, and then bam, they trip and fall flat on their faces. And the craziest part, this isn't just about Reese or Weatherspoon anymore. It's got everyone questioning everything about the league. How long has this been going on? Are there more players involved? Is this just the tip of the iceberg? The WNBA's got a lot of explaining to do, and you can bet this story is far from over. Let's talk about the bigger picture. Here, this recent Weatherspoon scandal, it's like a wrecking ball hitting the WNBA. The league was just starting to get some real momentum, more viewers, better sponsorships, all that good stuff. And now this happens, it's like the WNBA was finally climbing that mountain of respect and visibility, and then boom, they slip and tumble all the way back. Down now, they're scrambling to fix their image, trying to convince everyone that this is just one bad app, not the whole tree. But here's the million-dollar question. What's next for women's basketball? Is this going to set them back years, or will they bounce back stronger? Time will tell. But one thing is certain.